Hello, welcome to my chemistry review number 6, part 1. This is about the structure of the nitrate ion. Last time we talked about polyatomic ions like nitrate, sulfate. Today we are going to see some more details about this structure, because especially if you want to do things like organic chemistry, you must know how these things are joined together, how the ions plus minus charges are placed on the atoms, how they move from one place to another. Therefore, I think it's very important to know the structure properly. To understand that, first we have to see the concept called electronegativity. Let's see the definition of the electronegativity. It is the ability of an atom to attract shared electrons in a covalent bond towards it. Again, the ability of an atom to attract shared electrons in a covalent bond. So, if you can remember my rough periodic table, you can see how the atomic sizes change when you go from left to right. The atomic sizes decreases. When you go down the group, atomic sizes increases. But the electronegativity increases this way. When you go up, it increases. When you go to the right, it increases. Therefore, fluorine is the most electronegative atom. If you go to the left or if you go down, electronegativity decreases. A theoretical chemist called Linus Pauling worked out some numbers, and he assigned those numbers to the elements to represent electronegativities. He gave fluorine 4.0, and if you go to the left or if you go down, the electronegativities decrease. You can see that hydrogen is 2.1, but hydrogen is a special atom, so we have separated that from this pattern. And also we are not going to worry about inert gases because they are not very reactive. So again, keep in mind that nitrogen has 5 electrons in the outermost shell. Oxygen has 6 electrons in the outermost shell, and these are their electronegativities. So you can see that oxygen is more electronegative than nitrogen. In other words, nitrogen is more electropositive than oxygen. So if you have a nitrogen-oxygen bond, covalent bond, oxygen is more electronegative. Therefore, oxygen has a better ability to attract these pair of electrons towards oxygen. Now we are going to see the structure of the nitrate ion. There are some steps to follow. We have to count the total number of valence electrons in this species. As we talked about a few minutes ago, nitrogen has 5 electrons in its outermost shell. Each oxygen atoms have 6 electrons in the outermost shell, and the whole thing has a -1 charge. For that minus, we have to put 1. So altogether we have 24 electrons, valence electrons. Next step is draw the skeletal structure using single bonds. So I put and also one more thing to remember, we put the most electropositive atom at the center. So when we connect oxygen atoms to the nitrogen atom, we are using 3 single bonds. Each bond has 2 electrons. So now we have already given out 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 minus 6, 18. So 18 are left. Then what do we do? Then we have to do complete the octets of the terminal atoms. Complete the octets of the terminal atoms using our remaining 18 electrons, octets. So if you can remember the name octet in our previous lessons. So now see this oxygen atom, for example, it is sharing 2 electrons with nitrogen already. So in addition to that, it needs 6 to become the octet. So I have put 3 pairs of electrons in red. Same thing for these. Next step, complete the octet of the central atom if possible. Now see the central atom nitrogen, it is sharing with oxygen, but it has only, when you share, like when 2 atoms share, the 2 electrons belong to both of them. So see the nitrogen now has 6 electrons around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So octet is not complete. So what do you have to do? Move lone pairs of terminal atoms to make double bonds. So now we have to move the one pair of electrons to here so that it will make a double bond. Let's see how it happens. These red colored electrons will come here and make a double bond. Now see, right now these 2 electrons that I have shown in red belongs to oxygen only. It is not in the bond. So it will come down here to make a double bond like this. If I can represent my 2 fingers, if I can use my 2 fingers to represent the 2 electrons, it will go like this to make the double bond. It was here. 1 electron already belongs to oxygen. The other electron will come to the middle to make one more bond. You will see it here. 1 electron already belongs to oxygen. So it is with oxygen. Other electron coming down here. Now we have a double bond. So these are things, these ideas, this thinking is very important in organic chemistry especially. Otherwise you will say that organic chemistry is very difficult. So now we have a double bond. And our story is not complete until we think about something called formal charges. Actually in all of these I should have drawn brackets and put a minus charge like this. The whole thing has a minus charge. Now when we discuss formal charges, you will see where you have the charge exactly. Now if you have a lone nitrogen atom, remember our Lewis structures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 electrons. So nitrogen is supposed to have 5 electrons in the outermost shell, so there is no charge on this atom. If you can remember our ammonia molecule we discussed in lessons 1, 2, 3, you can draw this using the concept that I was just discussing. Let's look at this for a minute. Nitrogen, 5 valence electrons, hydrogen 1, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 electrons we have to first make the skeletal diagram. So 6 have already gone, 2 left. So we put the 2 on the central atom. So that's your ammonia molecule. It has a lone pair. Are there any charges? Hydrogen atom always has 1 electron in the outermost shell. Now he has 1. So no charges. Nitrogen atom. You can see in green color. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 electrons in the neighborhood of nitrogen. So it has no charge. But if you do the same thing for the ammonium ion, NH4+, count the electrons, count the outermost electrons or valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But plus means you have to remove 1. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 already gone. So there are no more electrons left to put on the central atom. But now let's see the charges. As before, hydrogen has no charge. It is just having 1 electron around him. But the nitrogen atom has 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Usually it is supposed to have 5 electrons. 5 has become 4. That means it has lost an electron. If you go to lesson number 2 and 3, you will see when you lose 1 electron, it becomes plus. So we say that nitrogen has a formal charge of plus 1. We have to circle to show the formal charges. So this plus charge is actually appearing on the nitrogen atom. Now with that in mind, let's go back to our nitrate ion. Now let's see the formal charges. See the nitrogen atom. Again, it has 4 electrons around it instead of 5. So it has a plus 1 formal charge. This oxygen atom. Oxygen, the number of valence electrons is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has no charge. But these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has some extra electron around. So it has a formal charges of minus 1. Same thing here. So this is the most correct structure of the nitrate ion. But earlier we had 3 oxygen atoms, but all were similar. So this oxygen cannot be special. So this double bond could have been made with this or this. So we can write another structure like this, minus, plus. But the double bond is now here. Again here. Now the double bond is here. So actually our nitrate ion is a mixture of all these 3 structures. And those structures are called resonance structures. So I hope you had a good understanding about the structure of the nitrate ion. And if you like to see more examples of this and different situations in ions like sulfate ion, phosphate ion, nitrosyl chloride, then you can look at part B of this one. Thank you for watching.